On the night she married the most feared Mafia king in Sicily, the bride disappeared without a trace. But 3 years later, she returned carrying a little girl who had his eyes. The cathedral overflowed with powerful families, armed guards, and whispered secrets. Everyone came to witness the marriage between Sofia Romano and Matteo Moretti, Sicily's youngest and most feared mafia boss. Sofia wore a breathtaking white gown, but beneath her calm smile, fear churned. She knew this wedding wasn't about love. It was a contract signed in blood between two dangerous families seeking peace. Matteo stood at the altar like a king claiming his throne. Tall, handsome, bearded and covered in hidden tattoos, he intimidated everyone without speaking. Yet Sofia noticed something unexpected in his eyes' loneliness. As vows echoed through the cathedral, neither imagined their lives were about to change forever. Before sunrise, a mystery would shake the Mafia world and ignite a hunt that lasted 3 long years. The wedding celebration lasted deep into the night. Music filled the estate, while guests drank expensive wine and celebrated the powerful union. Sofia slipped away briefly to catch her breath. The pressure, the expectations, and the danger felt overwhelming. She promised herself one quiet moment before returning. But when she stepped into the moonlit garden, shadows emerged from the darkness around her. By morning, panic spread across the estate. Sofia had vanished completely. Guards searched every room, road, and nearby village without success. Matteo's fury terrified even his closest men. Someone had taken his bride only hours after their wedding. A note was eventually discovered on her dressing table. It contained only 5 chilling words. "Stop looking, or she dies." Matteo launched the largest search Sicily had ever seen. Every harbor, airport, and border crossing came under his control. Rival bosses were questioned, threatened, and sometimes eliminated. Weeks turned into months, but no trace of Sofia appeared. The mystery consumed him. What began as a forced marriage slowly became an obsession he couldn't explain, even to himself. His enemies watched carefully. Some believed Matteo searched because his pride had been wounded. Others suspected deeper feelings were involved. They were right. During those months, he found himself remembering her smile, her courage, and the sadness hidden behind her eyes. The woman he barely knew had become the center of his world, and losing her left an emptiness he couldn't escape. 3 years passed without answers. Matteo became colder, deadlier, and more powerful than ever. Few dared challenge him. One rainy evening, he attended a charity gala in Palermo to maintain appearances. He expected another boring event filled with politicians and wealthy elites. Instead, his entire world stopped when he saw a familiar face entering the ballroom. Sofia stood near the entrance wearing a black dress. She looked older, stronger, and impossibly beautiful. Gasps spread through the room as people recognized her. But that wasn't what stole Matteo's breath. Holding Sofia's hand was a little girl with dark hair and piercing grey eyes. The same rare eyes Matteo saw every morning in the mirror. The ballroom fell silent as Matteo approached. Sofia's expression remained calm, but fear flashed briefly across her face. The little girl looked up curiously at the towering man standing before her. Matteo couldn't stop staring. Every feature screamed the truth. The child was his daughter. Yet he had never known she existed. Sofia quickly escorted the girl away from the crowd. Matteo followed, demanding answers. Years of anger and confusion exploded between them. She refused to explain publicly, insisting the truth would place everyone in danger. Her warning only deepened the mystery. Before leaving, she whispered something that haunted him all night. "They never stopped watching us." The next day, Sofia finally revealed part of the truth. On her wedding night, she had been kidnapped by a hidden organization operating above the Mafia families. They controlled politicians, judges, and powerful businessmen. Escape seemed impossible. While imprisoned, she discovered she was pregnant. Protecting her unborn child became her only reason for survival. Eventually, Sofia managed to escape with help from an unexpected ally. But freedom came with conditions. The organization threatened to kill Matteo if she contacted him. Believing distance would keep him alive, she stayed hidden. For 3 years, she raised their daughter alone. Yet now the organization had resurfaced, forcing her back into Matteo's dangerous world. Despite everything, Matteo struggled to contain his emotions. Part of him wanted revenge for the years stolen from him. Another part wanted to hold Sofia and never let go. Their daughter, Isabella, unknowingly became the bridge connecting them. Her laughter softened wounds that neither adult knew how to heal. As days passed, old tension evolved into something deeper. Sofia saw changes in Matteo. The ruthless boss she remembered now carried scars invisible to everyone else. Meanwhile, Matteo admired her strength. She had survived unimaginable hardships and protected their child alone. Slowly, walls built over years began to crumble between them. Peace didn't last long. One evening, masked gunmen attacked Matteo's estate. Bullets shattered windows as chaos erupted. Guards fought desperately while Sofia rushed to protect Isabella. The attackers weren't after money or power. They wanted the little girl. That terrifying realization changed everything. Matteo personally led the defense. His enemies quickly learned that threatening his daughter was a fatal mistake. The battle ended with heavy losses on both sides. Among the captured attackers, one carried information revealing the organization's leader. The shocking discovery connected directly to someone both Matteo and Sofia trusted completely. The mastermind wasn't a rival boss or corrupt politician. It was Sofia's godfather, the man who helped raise her after her parents died. For years, he secretly manipulated events behind the scenes. He arranged her kidnapping, controlled the organization, and planned to use Isabella as leverage for ultimate power. The betrayal devastated Sofia. Everything she believed about her past collapsed overnight. Matteo stood beside her as the truth emerged. Together, they prepared for the final confrontation. This wasn't merely a fight for survival anymore. It was a battle for their family's future and the life they desperately wanted. The final showdown took place inside an abandoned coastal fortress overlooking the sea. Explosions echoed through ancient stone corridors as Matteo and Sofia fought side by side. When the dust settled, the organization finally fell. Years of fear and suffering ended with a single choice: build a new future or remain prisoners of the past. Months later, peace returned. Matteo, Sofia, and Isabella settled into a life neither thought possible. Love slowly replaced pain. Yet one evening, a mysterious package arrived at their home. Inside was an old photograph and a note containing 7 chilling words. The real leader is still alive. Was the nightmare truly over? Or had it only just begun?